It will be Caroli along with Easton Tanner back. Remember, Omar Whiting early in the game with an injury, and he's been taken out since. Short kickoff. It will come to the 25 where a bounce is picked up by Caroli, who can't keep his feet, and he falls down just before the 30, and that is where we will begin the third quarter of action with Washington Jefferson taking possession. It looks like it will be spotted at about the 28-yard line.
Yeah, if I'm W&J on this position, on this possession, really looking to come out, set the tone for the second half. Again, they're only down 7 points. They get a touchdown here, tie ball game, completely changes everything. But you can't just keep putting your defense in the tough situations that they have, spending all that time on the field. So W&J probably going to go to, their bell cow, Jordan West, look to establish the line of scrimmage again like they did at the beginning.
14 carries for 62 yards for West in the opening half. Delayed handoff there. Carries it past the 30, which was the line of scrimmage, up to about the 32 where he stopped. A gain of 2 on first down to set up second down and 8.
Yeah, Spartan's defensive line's been pretty stout up in the middle. Obviously, we talk about Josh Smith coming off the edge, Cam Brown coming off the edge, but Andrew Lease, 91, Adam Poltrak, 96, Dylan Zegers has been in there. It's really been a whole squad effort as far as that D-line goes.
Lease deserves some attention. Remember, it was Ian Henderson last year, who was all about 6'6", 340. He was the man in the middle last year for the Spartans defense. This year it's been Lease, and he's filled in great form. Throw over the far side. That's West who makes the catch and carries it past the first down marker. And that will set up a first down and 10 from the 40-yard line.
Brian Victor with the tackle there. Haven't heard his name a whole lot, but sometimes that can be good for, when a linebacker like him, when he's out in coverage, it's not necessarily a bad thing that you don't hear about him.
So first and 10 from the 40-yard line. Adams takes the snap, another handoff. West getting a heavy dose of possession here early on, but this time stopped maybe at the line of scrimmage. That will set up a second down and 10.
W&J, they're rushing attack. Whenever they're getting out on the edge like that, they're pulling linemen around, getting bodies moving in different directions. And if you have a pulling guard or a pulling tackle like that, best case scenario for the defense, you stone them, stuff them right there at the line, and then it kind of blows the whole play up. You can kind of drive them back into the running back like you saw there. Just, little to no gain for West on that one.
The two running backs today, West has gotten by far the bulk of the carries, just 3 carries so far for Thompson. This time it's a pass out on the wing to West, who takes it past the 45. Looks like he stopped right at the 45, so that will bring up third down and 5 from that 45-yard line. Starting to see West early on here get more into the passing game, which was a big factor in last year's win for W&J.
Yeah, so if you're having issues going up the middle, but you still want to get the ball to Jordan West, flare him out to the side. It's a high percentage completion, high percentage throw, and not necessarily a huge gain on the play, but it gives them something, makes it a little more manageable.
4 receivers, West in the backfield. Adams from the shotgun takes the snap. Rush coming from the outside. Looked like a hold there, but it didn't matter as the sack comes on the play. That's Josh Smith again, his second sack of the game. He was being held on that play, and it didn't make a difference. He's that good.
Yeah, so a lot of times you're going to hear that defensive linemen have to have a whole bunch of different moves, have to have spin move, bull rush, speed rush. Well, for Josh Smith, the speed rush has worked. He hasn't needed anything else. He's that quick. He's that athletic. Big thing for these speed guys coming off the edge, they got to have the flexibility to kind of bend and get around the offensive lineman. So left tackle Leon Middleton having a tough time so far with Josh Smith in the speed.
Back to punt is Sarver. A fair catch called by Robina, who was battling the sun there, and will secure possession at the 35-yard line, and that's where Case Western Reserve will get their first possession of the second half. So once again, defensively, the Spartans holding up there, and once again, the pass rush, a big part of that.
Yeah, you can see the defense coming off the field there. Coach Warren Miller, defensive coordinator, extremely, extremely happy with how that went. Come out, like we touched on, W&J had a chance to, drive down the field, get some points on the board, kind of get back into this game, and Josh Smith was having none of it. So really good start, encouraging sign for the Case Western defense there.
Big formation out there for the Spartans to start the second half. Carney in the backfield along with Hall. Glatz at tight end, but it'll be Saxton back to pass. He lofts one up over the top. It's Wachowski and deflected down. That's Delonte Nunnally on a pass intended on the play for Wachowski. And maybe a little bit short there as Wachowski had a step on the defender, but a good job to recover by Nunnally.
Yeah, Nunnally, 5'11", 185 sophomore. Good-looking young corner. Good recovery there. It looked like Wachowski had maybe half a step on him, but good length out of not only there and able to get the ball down.
So now the Spartans go to the 4-receiver set. Hall stays in the backfield, 3 to the left side of Saxton, 1 to his right. Whitty checked into the game. That receiver is Hall. With some second effort there, carries it up past the 40. A gain of 5 on second down, and that will bring up a 3rd down and 5.
Seen a couple times, outside linebacker Mitch DeZort's been in, kind of penetrating into the backfield and causing some issues. But you see the beauty of having an elusive running back there like Hall, so kind of turns a 2-yard loss into a 5-yard gain.
Same formation for the Spartans. Actually, they bunch up on the left side now with those 3 receivers. Out by himself to the right is going to be Morgan. Now spreading out wide is Hall. Saxton looks to pass over the middle, and that's Wachowski again. It's been a little bit of a coming out party for him today as the freshman makes another grab. And that will be a 1st down.
Like how the Case Western takes Zach Hall and kind of splits him out left, draws one of those middle linebackers out. You got to put a body on a body, gets the middle linebacker out of the middle there, and they're able to hit the quick pass.
Quick snap there, handoff to Hall, who carries it past midfield up to the 49. That will be a gain of 3 on the play, setting up a 2nd down and 7. Now the Spartans will switch their formations, and the 3 wide receivers to Saxton's right. On the left by himself is Morgan. A little bit of a quiet day for Morgan, but let's see if Saxton starts to try to work him into the offense a bit more.
It's like they're going to have safety help over the top at the bottom, and that's what you got to do with Colt Morgan. It's tough to keep one guy on an island out there.
Again, 190 yards receiving against W&J last year. They've held him in check so far in today's game as Hall gets the handoff. And will gain about a yard on that play, setting up a 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, more of a, I guess, average day for the W&J defensive line so far. But, I mean, they've been stout, at least in the middle. So, you have guys like Alex Keith, Mike Williams, Keith Knoll down there. Like I said, not huge sack numbers or, forced fumbles or anything, but just kind of run-of-the-mill, clogging up the lanes, and we'll see. We did touch on the stretch earlier where they're able to get heavy pressure on Saxton, and he's been hit and affected at times throughout this game.
So 3rd and 6, Saxton from the shotgun takes a snap, passes off to the near side. That's Hall. Can he get to the 1st down marker? No, he stopped short, and the stop made at about the 46-yard line, and that will bring up a 3rd down and 4, and the Spartans will bring in a 4th down and 4, and the Spartans will bring in the punt team here. Good late hit there coming in. Not a late hit, but a good hit to stop momentum by Nick Freewald, the cornerback.
Yeah, it was a big play. I'd be surprised if Coach Debs didn't think about going for it here. I know he's shown in the past he can get pretty aggressive on 4th downs, but in a game like this, a game with this magnitude where it's as close as it is, maybe take a little more, conservative approach, trust your defense, play field position.
With the way the defense has played this season, I think Coach Debelak a little bit more comfortable than normal. As it's a fake there up the middle, carrying it forward and getting the 1st down on the handoff is Travis Johnston. Well, we mentioned before Travis Johnston can do it all. There, the up back on the protection, getting the direct snap, and a huge fake punt turns into a 1st down and a big play there for the Spartans.
I don't want to misspeak, but if you go look at his bio, I think there were several seasons in high school he had 100 tackles as a middle linebacker and 1,000 rushing yards as a running back. So the kid's versatile. He can get the ball in his hands, and he's also, as we've seen, a stud in the middle of the defense. So kudos to Coach Debelak there. I guess they saw a hole or maybe a quick little crack in the defense there when they're looking at the game plan. But
I want to see someone put a Fitbit on those high school numbers. See how many steps he gets in a game.
He's all over the place. He's, like I said, playmaker.
Saxton now throws over the middle. Wide open is Robina. Robina makes one defender miss as he lunges forward to the 25-yard line. Another 1st down for Case Western Reserve.
They're really starting to groove now through the air. You're starting to see some separation with the wide receivers. It's not necessarily, incredible throws by Saxton where he's got to fit it into a little pinhole. These are, solid routes by the receivers, solid, play calling by Coach Debelak, and it's really opened up.
So the Spartans driving again here. Let's see if they could turn this into points. 7:55 left in the 3rd quarter. Bunch formation here on the near side. Coming out is Hall. It's a handoff to Hall, who gets a little bit of breathing room up the middle as he lunges forward. Close to the 20. They'll call it the 21. Gain of 4 on first down. Set up a 2nd down and 6. Hall inching closer to his first 100-yard rushing game of his career.
Yeah, I've said it several times today. Zach Hall's had a really good game. He had the one big chunk play, 60-yard run, and then other than that, it's been, we talk about on the other side how the W&J running backs are so, strong and tough, such tough runners. They rarely have tackles for loss or 0 yards gain. Hall's been the same way. Every time he touches it, it's minimum 2-3 yards.
2 backs for Saxton, who opts to pass. Throw comes down to the outside, and it's caught, and into the end zone is Morgan for the touchdown. Flag on the field. Let's see if the play stands. If it does.
Offense celebrating. Looks like it's probably going to be defensive pass interference. It'll, of course, be declined. That was a bit of bully ball. Throw it up. Colt Morgan knows he's bigger, faster, stronger than that DB on that play, and DB just couldn't get between him and the ball.
7th receiving touchdown of the season for Colt Morgan, and it does appear that it will stand. The 26th receiving touchdown of his career, as the pass interference call against the defense is declined, and it is a touchdown for the Spartans.
Yeah, really a remarkable career so far, and he's only a junior. If you look, 26 games played now. He's got 26 touchdowns. It's a pretty good ratio. It's a testament to the hard work he's put in. He's gotten a lot stronger as a route runner. Before he was kind of just more of an athlete. He's gotten a lot more technically sound, and then, a lot of credit to Drew Saxton too. It sometimes takes a lot to be able to trust your receiver like that and just kind of throw it up for him.
Well, those two have found some magic together throughout their career as Albrecht converts the extra point, and the Spartans now take a 2-touchdown lead, 21-7 the score. We'll take a break. The Spartans with the lead over W&J.
With 31 unique creations to choose from, there's something for everyone to love at Dave's Cosmic Subs. Meat lovers, vegetarians, and everyone in between agree that our freshly baked bread, high-quality ingredients, and homemade sauces make us the best in Cleveland. Come on into Dave's Cosmic Subs Coventry to experience legendary subs in a cosmic atmosphere. And don't forget, we deliver. It's as easy as dialing 216-320-0330. Be the hit of the party. Order Dave's.
A 21-yard pass from Drew Saxton to Colt Morgan gives the Spartans a 21-7 lead here in the third quarter. And Case Western Reserve with a chance to certainly add a little bit of breathing room to their lead in the PAC with a win here today. They now need to just maintain a 14-point lead to do just that. Albrecht to kick off, Caroli, along with Easton back to return. Easton Tanner, excuse me. Kickoff from Albrecht. It'll go in Tanner's direction. He'll take it at the 15. Carried up past the 30 now before he's pulled down on the play by Travis Johnston. A little bit of contact after there. Both teams.
Yeah, get the juices flowing. This, not a long history between these teams. I think they played the first year that Case Western Reserve, was combined schools between Case Tech and Western Reserve, so maybe years-wise, but not a ton of matchups, only, a couple meetings. But this is, as Case Western continues to establish themselves in the conference, this is going to be the heavyweight matchup every year. Now that the teams play 10 conference games, you're not missing anybody, or 9 conference games, excuse me. You're not missing anybody on the schedule anymore. So,
well, and keep in mind, this is W&J's first time in Cleveland since 2015, a Case Western Reserve win.
Yeah, so it's a nice little budding rivalry, we'll call it.
Yep, due to the unbalanced schedule that was changed once Thomas Moore left the league, as a sack there by the Spartans defense. Let's see who was in on that. It appears Brian Victor along with Dylan Zegers on that one.
Yeah, another guy, Brian Victor. We said he didn't have a huge first half, but that's one of the beauties of this defense. They have depth at linebacker. It's a multiple-person attack. They're rotating guys in and out, fresh legs, and they all have the ability to get after the passer. It's makes it really tough to game plan against them, and just tough to call plays in general.
So sack on first down sets up a 2nd down and 17. Snap and shotgun for Adams. He fakes the handoff, now rolls out. Here comes the throw. Nope, he'll hold off. Looking for West on the near side. Now finally lets it go. No receivers in the area, and I got to imagine, well, they'll say he's outside of the tackle box there, excuse me, so no intentional grounding. But a good job by the coverage for the Spartans defense. We mentioned the pass rush, such a big factor, but that was a situation where the coverage did not allow Adams any opportunities.
Yeah, so you see Adams is pretty good athlete. He's able to move around, run around, buy himself some extra time. Issue is nobody's open. And we talked about their leading receiver from past years. Wolf was fortunately injured this year. He's been out, and they just haven't been able to find that, I guess, go-to guy to kind of fill that void. So it's really been on Jordan West, DJ Thompson, and the running game to kind of carry this offense, and it just hadn't worked out today.
3rd and 17 for the 26. Here comes the rush. The throw by Adams, tipped, but pulled in and taken down. Let's see where they spot it, and it will be just past the first down marker at the 44-yard line. So that will be a first down.
Jordan Helfer with a nice catch there, good effort at the end, and ball was tipped, but still worked out. And that's, if you have the right play call, you run the route correctly, you have a little margin for error like that.
So that'll be a big first down for Washington Jefferson at their own 44-yard line. Ball pass comes to the near side, and taking it out of play will be Peyton Scalos, the junior. Gain of about 5 on the play. Call 4, actually, setting up a 2nd down and 6 from the 48.
I haven't seen a whole lot of E.J. Thompson here in the second half yet, but things can always change. Again, he's more of a bruising back, and as Case Western, continues to have this lead, WJ kind of needs to open it up a little bit and get a little more aggressive.
Screen play to the near side. That's Burns who takes it past midfield for a first down, up to the 43-yard line of the Spartans. Another tackle for Crossy, who was in double digits after the first half. Had 11 first-half tackles, 10 in the first quarter alone. Quick snap there, and a quick handoff. West smothered right about at the line of scrimmage.
Travis Johnson doing a really good job there meeting the offensive lineman in the hole. And, you always hear the offensive lineman is blocking you. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean that they are always the aggressor. The defender can come on, take on that block, drive the lineman back into the running back like Travis did there, and then it causes some serious issues for the offense.
Skylar Waters checks out. Back into the game. It's Joshua Smith along the outside. We'll see if he's rushing the quarterback. No, comes out in coverage. Instead, the pass comes to the near side, and pulling down the receiver there was Johnston. A flag on the play comes from the far side of the field. Looked like behind the line of scrimmage. Let's see what the call is here. Well, maybe no flag. Let's see. Yeah, no flag on the play, so that'll be up to the 39, and we'll bring up a 3rd down and 6.
To that point, not a whole lot of penalties today, and that's typical of a Sirianni and Debelak matchup, I guess. Both the teams really well coached, and a lot of times penalties, especially like holding, comes down to technique. So I know both these guys really harp on that in practice, and it shows up in a clean game like this.
Snap taken on 3rd down, and Zeggers pulls down Adams for the sack. Dylan Zeggers, who has an interception already today, adds on a sack, and Case Western Reserve looks like will force another Washington and Jefferson punt.
Getting after the quarterback, and it's been the theme all day. And it's been multiple guys, hasn't just been Cam Brown like some of us may have expected. And it's an issue when you have all 4 guys or 5 guys coming after you in pass rush, and they're all technically sound and aggressive. You're going to get after the quarterback consistently.
Well, these two teams each in the top 6 in the country in sacks, and I think it's been clear so far today which defensive line has been the better one, and that's Case Western Reserves. Is a fair catch called by Robina inside the 15. They'll call it the 14-yard line, and that's where Case Western Reserve will start their drive with a 14-point lead, 21-7 the score, as the Spartans trying to add on yet again and really cement their lead in this game as we come up in the closing minutes of the third quarter, 3:12 to play. A beautiful sunny day, be it a bit chilly, but I think safe to say, even though not by the calendar the first day of fall, Andrew, maybe our first fall day here in terms of temperature, but beautiful outside.
Yeah, finally, October football weather. It's great. Beautiful. Sun shining here in Cleveland. You got the old Pittsburgh-Cleveland rivalry kicking off, and excited for what the rest of this game holds.
Handoff taken. Running up the middle before he's pulled down on that one will be Day.
One thing that I always appreciate about Coach Debelak in a situation like this, some people might try and sit on the ball and just, put their head down and really try and churn clock and everything. And not that he's not going to do that, but he's going to remain aggressive. Still a lot of time left. He knows how dangerous and potent this W&J offense can be. So I would look for the Case Western offense to continue to open it up, keep running, the pass plays that they've had so much success with so far.
2:40 and ticking here in the third quarter. Two backs from the shotgun. Handing off once again to Day. He'll carry past the 20 up to the 22-yard line. And that will bring up a 3rd down and 2 for the Spartans. And so a big 3rd down here for Case Western Reserve, trying to keep their momentum going. Saxton now with 1 back, 3 wide receivers, bunched to his left, out by himself. On the right side is Morgan. For the first time today, kind of has one-on-one here, although they'll bring a safety over now. As throw to the near side, that's Carney. Let's see where they spot it. Right about at the sticks. And they will say maybe just short. This might be a measurement here. Let's see. And they will call for the measurement.
Several fans pining. Sounds like they're from the Case Western contingent. But, yeah, so that play there has been really I guess I don't want to call it a staple, but a frequent occurrence in Coach Debelak's offense the last couple of years. There's been guys from that H-back position. You think of Aaron Aguilar and now Brett Carney, where they're versatile, kind of tight end, fullback hybrid. You're able to sneak them out into the flat like that. So Carney able to complete the catch, couldn't stay on his feet, and we'll see if they're able to convert here.
And by the nose of the football, they will. 1st down, Spartans.
That's a huge 1st down, field position-wise, time-wise.
Momentum-wise.
Yeah, right. So W&J, it's at some point you start looking at the scoreboard and saying, hey, this Case Western defense has been outstanding today, and we're down 2 touchdowns and, haven't had a whole lot of movement recently. So they'll start to, play the mind game a little bit. So every 1st down can, really just increase the pressure on W&J as we go along.
Glatz checks into the game at the tight end position. The Spartans will bring 3 receivers to the left here. And Day is in the backfield. Minute 15 now to go in the 3rd quarter. 7 seconds on the play clock. Saxton under center for one of the few times today. Hands off to Day. Day comes to the near side. He'll take it past the 25. Up past the 30 to the 34 and still going. Holds on to the football as he's taken down after a nice hard-running 1st down all the way up to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, Donald Day, sophomore, 5'6", 170 pounds, runs a lot bigger than that. You can see keeping the legs moving and just, eking out whatever he can. And that's a sign of a good running back, and that's been the case with most of the Case Western running backs here the past couple of years. Tough runners, really going to fight for everything they can get.
By the way, a good job, too, to hold on to that football. Tyler Sabo was trying to rip it out of his hands, but he would not let go. And so with under a minute remaining down the 3rd quarter, the Spartans driving. 1st and 10 from their own 39. Day stays in the game in the backfield. Glatz in at tight end. Another handoff to Day. Day will cut it past the line of scrimmage up to the 40-yard line. A gain of 1 before he's taken down. And that should be the last play of the 3rd quarter. Let's see if the Spartans opt to run one more here or if they'll just take it. And it looks like Coach Debelak's already walking down to the other side of the field. And so I think they'll let the clock run down here. And that will do it. The Spartans will carry a 14-point lead, 21-7 over Washington and Jefferson into the 4th quarter of the game. Stay with us here during the break as we'll head down to the field for a special recognition as the Spartans will honor Jim Wine, a Spartan Club Hall of Fame member. Stay with us during the quarter break.
Have you heard the news? The Intercontinental Cleveland has earned its 10th consecutive 4-Diamond Award from AAA in recognition of its high-quality accommodations and exceptional service standards. Planning an important event like a corporate meeting, annual conference, fundraising gala, holiday party, or highly personalized wedding? Choose excellence in the Intercontinental Cleveland. Our planning professionals will take time to consider every detail and lead you through an experience which is proudly world-class. Call us today at 216.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jim is a 1965 graduate of the Case Institute of Technology, where he received 8 letters during his collegiate career as a member of the track and field and cross-country teams. Since his graduation from Case, Jim has become one of the world's most renowned optical scientists and was the founder and dean of the University of Arizona College of Optical Sciences. Jim has been very supportive of Case Western Reserve, making donations that led to the naming of the Sudak track and the construction of the Wyant Athletic and Wellness Center and Think Box. Jim also has a named chair in the School of Engineering, and participating in athletics at Case had a lifelong impact on Jim, and his generosity will enable other students to realize the same opportunity. Jim is a member of the CWRU Athletic Hall of Fame and a member of the CWRU Athletic Department Visiting Committee. Here to present him with a number 65 CWRU football jersey representing his graduation year, our Director of Athletics and Chair of Physical Education, Amy Backus, and Assistant Athletic Director for Development, Gary Pillar. Thank you, Jim, for all you have done and continue to do so for Case Western Reserve University and Spartan Athletics. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. James C. Wyant.
Well, great to see some halftime recognition for Jim Wyant. A fantastic human being, a real strong supporter of Case Western Reserve Athletics, and he's finishing up his term as the chairman of the board of directors at CWRU, and some great recognition there. The Spartans with the ball to begin the fourth quarter. 2nd and 9 from the 40-yard line. Saxton from the shotgun. Day in the backfield. Saxton takes the snap, looks to throw. He throws over the middle with the catch is Whitty. Whitty with some room around the outside. He'll take it past the 40, up to the 30s. He cuts back to the middle of the field. To the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Whitty. Another long touchdown grab for Chase Whitty, and the Spartans strike again on the first play of the fourth quarter.
Huge. Is that the play of the game so far? Could be. Extends the Spartans' lead. Goes from a 2-touchdown game to a 3-touchdown game, and the defense finally cracked. You know, we keep talking about these big plays, the chunk plays. Able to hit Chase Whitty coming across on a drag route, you know, across the formation, and just too much speed, too athletic, and able to find his way to the end zone. Huge play. Just, you know, can't say enough about the Spartans' game plan. They've really done a great job against, you know, one of the better defenses in the country. You know, they played quality opponents coming into this. W&J did, so it wasn't necessarily a fake stat line, but they've been, you know, exploited today by the Case Western offense.
So the Spartans with a big touchdown. We'll take another look at it here. Is Whitty with that great speed able to break away from the defense. By the way, fantastic move against a really athletic, fast defensive back in Caroli. And Chase Whitty with his second touchdown of the year. Both of them have been long. That one from 39 yards out, and boy, tremendous job by the Spartans offense today as they now lead by 21 points, 28-7, as we are just underway here in the fourth quarter. And again, if you're the Presidents right now, you've got your work cut out for you. And really, if you're the Spartans, and it's something that Coach Debelak said, they're very comfortable when they're in a situation where they force the other team to pass. And right now, if you're W&J, that's kind of where you are right now. You need to throw the ball, and that's going to leave you vulnerable to the Case Western Reserve pass rush.
So as difficult as it is to operate an offense against this Case Western defensive line, it becomes a nightmare when they have a pretty good feeling that you're going to, you know, come out and just kind of go air raid and try and light it up through the air. So going to be difficult for W&J. Offensive line is really going to have to step up here for the last 15 minutes if they want to have any chance of, you know, mounting a comeback against this team.
It'll be interesting to see how much we see Josh Smith playing on early downs now. Maybe not just, well, I want to say not just in pass rush situations, but every situation might be a pass rush. As you had a great look at what is a fantastic homecoming crowd here. Ball sent back to the 10-yard line. On the return is Tanner, who takes it up past the 30 to about the 31-32. And now the Spartans will be able to pin their ears back and rush the quarterback here. Second half today presented by Dave's Cosmic Subs. Make sure to visit Dave's Cosmic Subs the next time you come to campus. Fantastic location right here on campus. And the old Barking Spider spot for those of you who maybe haven't been here in a little bit. Also, our fourth quarter is presented by Innova. Snap goes back to Adams. Adams set to throw, comes to the near side. Making the catch is Jack Ryan. First time we've seen him today. He carries it up to the 34-yard line.
That pass play is going to be probably pretty much open the rest of the game. Case Western going to be willing to give up little 3-4 yard outs like that, but W&J's got to find a way. It's probably going to take a couple chunk plays here, which has proven to be pretty tough sledding against the Spartans' defense.
Clock running. Adams flashes some signals to his receiver. That's a route audible, I assume. As that one comes over, and that's going to be Zeggers again. Dylan Zeggers, a tremendous day.
Yeah, it's kind of cool to see, some guys that have maybe been consistent players, just haven't been blowing up the stat line, really having a nice game today. So you think about Zach Hall on offense, and you have Zeggers on defense. Josh Smith continuing to be a breakout star for the Spartans. So the depth of the team, I guess, is impressive today, and I think it really bodes well for this Spartans team overall.
3rd down and 12, and it's another sack, and I believe Josh Smith on the outside with it once again, his 3rd sack of the game.
Again, speed rush. Gets around. You see the offensive lineman is just running. They're chasing him. They have no answer for the speed and athleticism of Josh Smith on the edge. And, it's kind of go, no-go. If you can't block that guy, you're just not going to be able to run a pass play.
And that will force another Washington and Jefferson punt. And the Spartans can maybe just about put this game on ice with another extended drive here.
Yeah. 3-touchdown game as it is. You see how the defense is playing. This Spartans team, they play mistake-free the rest of the way. They're going to be fine.
That one will take a very friendly bounce for W&J, but...
Yeah, a little bit of a mistake there by Rubina. It's a punt returner. If you see kind of one of those low-line drives, you want to try and smother it because that's the risk you run. It's going to roll for 20 yards and it's totally flip field position. But Spartans offense coming back out here, and if you're the W&J defense, it's been tough. All day you've seen your offense kind of getting it taken to them out there. And maybe it takes a pick six. It takes a fumble recovery, something. They're going to have to find a way to get the juice going for this team.
As always, we want to thank our crew. Jeff Casarda, one of our videographers for today. Kevin Gibson on the video replay. Brian Trail as well, video replay today. Director, of course, is Mike Becker, who, as always, does a fantastic job for us here. Be a big formation here for the Spartans. 3 receivers as he's under center. Handoff comes to Zach Hall, who gets a second effort and breaks out into the open past the 40, 45, 50, 45 before he's taken down. Well, it looked like his momentum has been stalled, but kind of got a push from one of his fellow offensive players, and that allowed him to break into the open on a second effort and carried into W&J territory. Talk about flipping field position. That was Alex Glatz. Kind of the reverse block there.
Yeah, the open field bush push, whatever you want to call it, but running the football so many times it comes down to just effort. Zach Hall really showing great effort there. Credit to the wide receivers, the tight ends, also continuing to block downfield. That's how you break those big runs. Full team effort.
28-7 the score. Spartans after another big play on 1st down. 1st and 10 from their own 44. Pardon me, from the W&J 44. Snap comes back to Day the third. Day carries it forward past the 40 and up to the 38-yard line. Two-headed monster day for the Spartans at running back between Day and Hall, and it's been an impressive duo.
Yeah, Hall well over 100 yards now. Day's just kind of been his, usual self. Hasn't gotten in the end zone. He was kind of a nice streak of getting 1 touchdown a game, but Day's really provided a lot of value. He's given, useful breaks to Zach Hall. Not that that's all that Day's only role is, but I think they've both been effective. I think Coach Debs is really happy with how the running game's gone so far.
28-7 the score, 11:40 left here in the 4th quarter. Again, one more extended drive here, and the Spartans can all but lock this one up. Another one today. Day up the middle to the 36 where he's taken down. And that will bring up a 3rd down and 2 for the Spartans.
So I think, 2 things to keep in mind as we go throughout the rest of the game. Spartans protect the football. Play mistake-free, and this game is probably going to be yours. The other thing is, go out and make a statement. These are 2 strong teams. W&J has struggled here today. This is a very, very good team. 1 loss coming in. I'd be shocked if, they finish with – they'll probably run the table outside of this. They should. They'll be favored in every game. So go out, show the rest of the country, hey, we took W&J, and we kind of pushed them around when they came to Cleveland.
Yep, and well – Spartans maybe getting a little bulletin board material late in the week. I think at D3Football.com, they picked their most likely team to get upset, and I think 3 or 4 of the people chose Case Western Reserve.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they're certainly proving some of those analysts wrong here today, as that one's carried up past the 35, and let's see where they spot him. They'll call just, maybe about 3/4 of a yard shy of a first down. And let's see what the Spartans do here. They will go for it.
Looks like a sneak.
And the timeout called as Coach Debelak, I think, a little bit upset with the formation there. Wanted to make sure everyone's in the right place here. As we'll get a timeout here on 4th and 1 from the 35. So the Spartans looking for a first down here that would make things even more difficult for the Presidents.
Yeah, and at this point, every first down, you pretty much consider it a, minimum minute and a half off the clock. So keep the ball moving, and then, like I said, keep the foot on the pedal. This is a chance to really go out and make a statement, get a statement win over W&J, and not just beat them, but I mean, if they're able to find the end zone, a score like 35-7 against the Washington and Jefferson, a program of that caliber, a team of this caliber, I would really, turn some heads around the country.
10:13 to go. Spartans will bring the offense back out here. Although a little bit more spread wide. 2 receivers, 2 backs, a tight end. The up back is Carney. Hall in the backfield as well. Glatz at tight end. It'll be Robina and Morgan as the 2 receivers, both spread out to Saxton's left. Saxton under center takes the snap. Quick handoff to Carney, who carries it forward, but a flag on the play, and let's see who that one is against. I assume we're looking at offsides here.
Yep, just saw it. Offsides on the defense. So Spartans will go ahead and decline that, and first down.
Oh, they might accept it. That might be a couple extra yards if they do accept it.
Oh. There they go. Yeah, big-time run for, Brett Carney. Just got the 2 yards that they needed.
Well, Carney got it, although that'll be wiped out in the end, but a good job by the Spartans offense nonetheless. They would have had that one way or the other. In the meantime, Drew Saxton checks out of the game. They'll bring in Mason G. Montgomery.
Yeah, chance to, work on this package. So we've seen they've gone to this when they're in the red zone, specifically, down around the 5-yard line. Montgomery, more of a runner than a passer, is pretty much a wildcat formation. We did see him throw a pass last week, but I would expect them to kind of come with, the multi-dimensional rushing attack from this one.
And I think the spot of the ball was off there. They move it from the 29 3/4 line to the 29 1/4 line.
Important. Game of inches.
I thought you told me I was being cliche before. This will be G. Montgomery under center. He'll hand off. It's Hall who carries it about a yard forward. Nope, they'll say he got back to the line of scrimmage. I guess, again, if we're talking about it being a game of inches, he gained about that 1/4 of a yard back to get it square on the 29-yard line. Saxton coming back in the game. G. Montgomery, an interesting player. He came in as a quarterback, but a running quarterback. Was a really good fit as a backup in the system that the Spartans ran with Rob Kuda, but with Drew Saxton, who is more of a passer, a little bit less of a fit, so he's played some defensive back this year for the Spartans, played on special teams, and we've seen him in that special Wildcat package, if you will, at times this year. This will be Saxton rolling out. Wide open on the play is Robina. He takes it into the end zone for the touchdown. Mario Robina from 29 yards out, and Case Western Reserve has really cemented this one. It is now 34-7, and the Spartans are making this one a blowout.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie. It's a little disappointing to see the W&J defense out there. Just don't have the energy they had to start the game, and Case is obviously still trying to really put it on them, and you see it on the scoreboard. It's, penning the extra point, 34-7, 35-7. This is really, really impressive second half by the Spartans.
So a chance here for Albrecht to add the extra point. He does. Albrecht, who in last week's game against Westminster got over 100 points for his career, has added on 5 more extra points today. And the Spartans with a 35-7 lead with 9:06 remaining. We'll take a break and be right back with you with more of the fourth quarter.
Have you heard the news? The Intercontinental Cleveland has earned its 10th consecutive 4-Diamond Award from AAA in recognition of its high-quality accommodations and exceptional service standards. Planning an important event like a corporate meeting, annual conference, fundraising gala, holiday party, or highly personalized wedding? Choose excellence in the Intercontinental Cleveland. Our planning professionals will take time to consider every detail and lead you through an experience which is proudly world-class. Call us today at 216-707-4100 for more details or to request a tour of our spectacular accommodations.
Welcome back once again to homecoming here at Case Western Reserve University. Drew Saxton to Mario Urbina for 29 yards. The Spartans continue to add on here and have taken a 35-7 lead over Washington and Jefferson. And it appears that after today's game, the Spartans will be in commanding position in the President's Athletic Conference. Boy, what a day for the Spartans, and give credit to the Case Western Reserve University offensive line, which has really allowed Drew Saxton time to breathe against the defense that came into the game second in the country, 5.2 sacks per game. And the Spartans have just been fantastic today protecting the quarterback.
Yeah, I think we can both agree. Top to bottom, all three phases of the game for the Spartans have been clicking today. Couple turnovers by W&J, but other than that, it's been a pretty clean game, and just Case Western being the better team, I guess.
Brett kicks it off. Tanner takes as he retreats into his own end zone. Now takes it out past the 10 to the 15, where he's dragged down from behind as he crosses the 15 and gets up to about the 18, 19-yard line. And with 8:59 to go, possession once again comes back to the Presidents, but again, their situation a little bit more dire than it was the last time they touched the ball. Now down by 4 touchdowns, 35-7 with under 9 minutes left. And if the Spartan defense continues to do what it's doing, obviously that lead shouldn't be an issue at this point.
Yeah, starting to see some new bodies in there for the Spartans defensive line. Maybe get some guys some experience. At the end of the day, this W&J team, like I said, they're very strong, very good. They're going to be good the rest of the year. So anytime you get some, backups, young guys, some experience against a caliber or an opponent of this caliber, it's pretty valuable.
With the Presidents almost certainly in a consistent passing situation, Josh Smith in on first down along the outside. He'll slide back here in coverage, though, as Thompson gets the ball, I believe his first carry of the second half, and carries it all the way up close to midfield as he crosses the 45 to the 46-yard line. And Thompson, who had just 3 carries all game with a big run there, and again, passing situation, the Presidents opt to run there, and Thompson takes advantage.
Yeah, they'll take yards any way they can get it. Just, obviously looking at the scoreboard, looking at the clock, it's going to be an uphill battle for them. So just got to execute if they want to, be productive the rest of the way out.
Adams set to pass, and will just throw that one near the feet of the lineman on first down as nobody's open. Reed Gershenson and Adam Poltrak were in. They'll trade places here with Dylan Zeggers and Andrew Lee. Zeggers a big day today. Smith a big day today. So Cam Brown, who does have 1 sack but has been held relatively quiet in this game, it's been the other guys who have really stepped up.
Yeah, and if you ask Cam Brown, he could care less about this. If you told him you're going to have 0 tackles and 0 impact of the game, team's going to win 35-7, he'd be over the moon about it.
He jumps the line there, but is coming to get back in offsides. I think what the Spartans are arguing was he got back and there was no snap. So they'll talk this one over, but maybe a little bit of a premature flag there. Let's see what the call is. Yeah, they'll call offsides on Brown. Coach Debelak not happy about that one.
Oh, no. It could be 85-2, and Coach Debs will be fighting for every inch out there. And that's, I don't want to play it up too much, but guys notice it. Guys, they can tell how engaged coaches are, and if you have a coaching staff that's engaged to the end and, fighting for everything and sticking up for his players, it means a lot. It means something. Maybe you don't notice it in the moment, but then you get in a situation where they do become disengaged, and then it's, you notice it.
So they'll bring up a 2nd and 5, and the throw over the middle caught at the 30-yard line by Scalos. They'll spot the ball at the 29-yard line, and W&J starting to drive here early on in the 4th quarter. 8:03 to go. 35-7. A statement so far by the Spartans as Adams drops back. Throws to the near side. Pass caught and out of bounds. Will be Jordan Halford, the sophomore. So another first down there for Washington Jefferson. Adams has had a little bit more time to throw here on this drive as the Spartans have dropped back more in coverage.
Yeah, I've taken the heat off a little bit. Not as many blitzes. Just trying to play good sound football here the rest of the way.
And a flag there, and that's going to be pass interference on the ball thrown up to the far side of the field. Halford was the intended target again. And I believe Colin Schuster is going to get called for that one.
I haven't seen a whole lot of Schuster today, but again, if you're a defensive back and they don't call your name, it means there's no action your way. It means you blanketed the guys. So
You would know.
yeah, well, that's why my name was said a lot.
Well, I didn't mean it that way.
No, Schuster's sophomore corner, 5'11", 165, really technically sound. And one thing I noticed this year compared to last year, he's getting a little more confidence out there, just getting a little more acclimated to the college game, a little swagger to his game. So good young player. I think you'll continue to see him develop, in that DB room of Kevin Christis, Patrick Crossy, Luke Bedell, Money Menwende, some veteran leaders in there, and it's good to see them helping the young guys along.
So they'll set up a first down and 3. Should say a first and goal from the 3. So W&J can get on the board for the first time in the half. Snap taken by Adams. Looks to throw. Throw comes out near wing. Caught for the touchdown by Skalos. And that will get the Presidents a little bit closer here with 7.5 minutes left. 35-13 the score.
Yeah, I mean, probably best drive of the day for W&J going down. And so, yeah, this game is probably over, but there's still value in executing your offense, getting reps, continuing to polish, and, I mean, you never know. So, yes, Case Western's going to have a pretty strong stranglehold here on the conference, but never know what can happen. Got to just keep improving, getting guys in there and getting reps, and like I said, just continuing to get better.
That'll be another offsides. I believe, no, they're going to call a false start here. So that'll back the kick up a little bit. Spartans were drawn offsides there. So Phillips will have a little bit longer of a point after try here. 35-13 the score. The most points the Spartans have allowed in a game this season has been 14 points. So that's pretty impressive right there.
Yeah, so Case Western came in top 15, 20 in the country in a number of defensive statistical categories, and those rankings are only going to go up, which is, even crazier we consider they had this dominant performance against an offense like W&J. I would say the sacks per game is through the roof. Total yards is very impressive today. And
how about that? A block, and that's, I believe, Josh Smith again on the block. Or is that Schuster who came in? Schuster came in on that one. So.
Well, there you go. You pass interference call, lights a little fire in you, and go out and block an extra point.
So 35-13 the score, 7:28 to play. We'll be back in just a minute. Inova Living is a modern, amenity-rich residential community located in Cleveland's Greater University Circle neighborhood, offering studio, 1- and 2-bedroom apartment homes. Enjoy all-inclusive living with convenient on-site shopping, 24-hour concierge services, a 24-hour fitness center, resident lounge, and more. All within close proximity to Case Western Reserve University. Inova Living online at inovaliving.com. 7:28 to go in this one. The Spartans will get the ball back, leading by 22, 35-13 the score in a big game here against W&J, homecoming at Case Western Reserve, and the Spartans have certainly gave this large crowd here today something to cheer about. It's been all Case Western Reserve. The touchdown there by W&J, but a point after block.
Looks like W&J going with the onside kick. Case has got the hands team out there. Just got to execute. Ball comes to you. Got to get 2 hands on it. Go down.
The Potnick to the near side, and it's pulled in And the Spartans will get possession back. Good job there to grab it.
Yeah, it was a good kick. It was well executed,
Yep.
just a little off for W&J.
Well, and if there's a guy you want to be able to grab that one, it's Mario Rabina. Andrew, you mentioned it earlier, the best hands on the team, and he was Johnny on the spot there.
Yeah, not necessarily a huge guy or blazing speed or anything, but he's just a really, really good receiver. He runs good routes. He's got good hands. He's reliable, and there's always going to be a place for someone like that in this offense.
Well, the Spartans now will bring out some different names out there. We see Jacob Berg, Tim Lukatich.
Mason G. Montgomery in at quarterback.
Looks like Turkovsky, who has a touchdown already today in the backfield. Lucas DeCaro out there at receiver. And we will get a delay of game penalty on the Spartans.
Yeah, just enough to keep Coach Debelak's blood pressure elevated.
It can't be too easy here, can it, Andrew?
Yeah, right.
G. Montgomery again. Four receivers, one back is Turkovsky. G. Montgomery takes the snap. He'll look to run around the outside, comes forward to the 50, where he's taken down. Looks like they'll spot him up at the 49. So they'll bring up a 2nd down and 12. Ryan Coolidge will now check into the game, I believe, at quarterback. We saw him at receiver earlier on in the game. In fact, he started the game at wide receiver.
So this can be fun. It can be fun for the coaching staff, getting some guys out there and, roles they might not traditionally see, or just give them an opportunity. And this is when you can really see some fun plays, see some, big offensive plays, big hits on defense, just, letting some of the younger guys go out there and run around and just enjoy it. I mean, at the end of the day, beautiful day in Cleveland, get to play big-time college football against an opponent like Washington and Jefferson. So it's a good environment.
Run there by Coolidge to the 50, and so a loss of 1. Donnie Jeniton Jr. also into the game. So it looks like the final line on Saxton will read as follows: 20 of 28, 297 yards, 4 touchdowns, and no interceptions. A really, really good game for Saxton. 2nd straight year he's played well against W&J, and it looks like the Presidents will call a timeout here as they will try to preserve as much clock as they can on 3rd and 13 with 6:34 to go. Well, Andrew, we mentioned it before. The winner of this game was going to have a huge leg up in the conference. And if you're the Spartans now, really, you just have to hold water here, and you can, potentially, at worst, get into that last game against Carnegie Mellon. Again, there's a lot of football left to be played between now and then. There's a lot, anything can happen on any given day. But I think the expectations for this team now are that Carnegie Mellon game will likely be for at least a share of the conference championship.
Yeah, so whenever you play the schedule game and look ahead, at least my opinion, you need to be honest. Case Western's played Westminster, W&J the last 2 weeks. Those outside of Carnegie Mellon are going to be their toughest 2 opponents. It's no secret. The rest of the conference is just not at the level that some of these programs are. So what does that mean for Case Western? They made it through the toughest part of their schedule so far. They still need to go out. They need to play the football games. They need to win. They need to execute. And then you can start thinking about whatever goes on in, week 10, whatever's at stake there. But
G. Montgomery back in, carries it forward past the 50 to the 49, and that's where he's taken down. And another timeout here by W&J. It will be their 2nd timeout of the half. And they will force the Spartans to punt with 6:26 remaining here. And you certainly can't blame Mike Sirianni for doing whatever is in his power to try to spur his team to a comeback here, create some time. Again, this is as big a game for them right now as it is for the Spartans. If they lose this one, that's 2 losses in conference and essentially will probably put them out of contention for a conference title and a postseason bid unless something odd happens.
Yeah, and I can't remember the last time that W&J's had 2 losses through 6 games. It's like we've talked about several times. Last 15, 20 years, they've been the big dogs in this conference, and rarely will you see a score like this in conference with W&J involved. So
I'm trying to remember that 2015 season with W&J when they came into Case Western Reserve late in the season, whether or not they had 1 loss or 2 losses at that point. Or I should say, I think that game gave them 2 losses. I believe the other one coming to Thomas Moore at the time, which again was a member of the PAC back in 2015. It'll be Albrecht to punt. He gets it off near side. Take a couple hops, bounce to the 15 where it's scooped up by Tanner, who will carry it forward to about the 25-yard line, and that's where the Presidents will take over. And the Spartans will bring out, for the most part, what is their starting defense. And let's see this time around if the Spartans maybe rush Adams a little bit more. You saw them pull back slightly the last time around, the last set of downs, and that might have hurt the team a little bit as W&J was able to adapt a bit.
So just a little peek behind the curtain. If that touchdown drive didn't happen last time out, this starting defense would not be out there. And it's not just from a points thing. Coach Miller is definitely, he likes to set the tone. He likes to leave with a good taste in his mouth. He doesn't want his starters coming off the field after getting, whooped all the way up and down the field.
That one thrown over the middle and making the catch is Cameron O'Brien. O'Brien with a long run after carries it forward to the 49-yard line.
And you can see it. Coach Miller is 5 yards on the field right now. And it's up to his guys. You guys want to be done for the day, you can get a stop here, and then you can go, hit the showers, relax, and celebrate homecoming weekend. But if not, if you want to keep giving up yards like this, they're going to probably play the rest of the game.
And that pass just out of the reach on the far side of the field of Jordan Halford. And so bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 49-yard line. 6:01 to play in this one.
Ball on the 49-yard line sets up 2nd down and 10 for the Presidents.
Presidents have had a couple of their more successful drives now in the last 2 drives.
And the thing you want to instill as a coach is even if W&J keeps their entire starting lineup out there and Case puts in the backups, same standard. That's how you build a culture. That's how you keep a strong locker room, no matter who's out there.
Cameron Brown with the sack, and that will put him half a sack shy of the program career record, his 2nd of the game. The Spartans' 8th sack of the day.
That's why Cam Brown's such a good leader. When stuff kind of starts going downhill and you need someone to right the ship, he's able to step up, make a play like that, and kind of get everybody back under control and say, this is the game we've dominated. You guys aren't going to sneak out of here with any extra fun at the end.
32.5 career sacks for Brown, half a sack shy of Dale English's career record for the Spartans. 3rd down, the throw over the middle, wide open, and making the catch and carrying it forward all the way inside the 30 on the play is Josh Burns. And that will be a 1st down for W&J as they continue to drive here.
Yeah, credit to Coach Sirianni and his offense. They're just, playing as if it's not a 22-point game. They're just continuing to execute and moving down the field. And on the other side, Coach Miller is not at all happy with how this has been going.
And a flag comes in, and that's going to be a pass interference call on Brian Victor. A couple flags come down. And I think the refs are going to talk about this. We may have offsetting penalties here as the late flag came in. Let's see. See if there's a second one. Nope. And that'll be an automatic 1st down. Appears that our referee's mic is malfunctioning today. Not sure if that's user error or technical issues. One of the two.
They get a bad rap. Well, the effort's always there.
Be surprised how hard it could be to work a wireless mic. To be fair, that's nobody's priority on the field, and that's the way it should be. Snap taken by Adams. He'll throw over the top, and making the catch in the end zone on the far side is Halford for the touchdown. And W&J strikes again with just under 5 minutes remaining. That will make it a 35-19 game. So inching closer here are the Presidents. And again, not that you're super concerned at this point, but certainly you're a little bit more concerned than you were before. And if you're Coach Debelak here, I think you have to consider all of a sudden bringing your starting offense back out.
Yeah, if not concerned, at least annoyed, frustrated. Like I said, no matter who's out on the field, they have the standard of excellence here, and it shouldn't matter. You worked so hard for 4.5 quarters to get the score where it was, and don't let the last 6 minutes change that.
Going for 2, and throwing it into the ground will be Adams. Surprised he didn't just take a shot at that one. Although that does make it a 16-point game, and so you're looking at 2 touchdowns and 2 extra point two-point conversions. At this point, if you're W&J, I'm sure they'll try the onside kick again. We'll see when we come back. 35-19 the score, 4:58 to go.
With 31 unique creations to choose from, there's something for everyone to love at Dave's Cosmic Subs. Meat lovers, vegetarians, and everyone in between agree that our freshly baked bread, high-quality ingredients, and homemade sauces make us the best in Cleveland. Come on into Dave's Cosmic Subs Coventry to experience legendary subs in a cosmic atmosphere. And don't forget, we deliver. It's as easy as dialing 216-320-0330. Be the hit of the party. Order Dave's.
A beautiful, sunny but cool day here at Case Western Reserve University for homecoming, and the Spartans looking to put the icing on a win over W&J, a huge conference win, although certainly the Presidents are doing their best to make it difficult here on the Spartans. The hands team back out on the field as we'll get another attempted an onside kick here for W&J. And that one over the middle, and it's Robina again.
You probably have offsides here on the WJ kicking team. Not that it's going to matter, but.
So you have to assume. Yeah, it looks like on the near side. You could see that just in the corner of your screen. And so the Spartans will regain possession here, and a little bit different from their last possession where they can run the clock out a little bit more here with W&J down to their final timeout. And indeed, it will be the starting offense back in, at least in terms of skill players. Drew Saxton back in under center. It'll be Zach Hall in the backfield along with Brett Carney.
That's frustrating. And, it's a statement by Coach Deblak putting the starters back out there. So you talk about how, the entire roster matters in football. These are extra reps, extra wear and tear on the starter's body that goes into it. So, when you go in as a young guy and even on the defense, you have a responsibility to the offense to maintain the lead that everyone works so hard for, and then also get some guys some rest because it's a long season. Anytime you can get extra guys, reps, rest for the starters, it's going to pay off in weeks 9, 10, 11.
Gain of 2 on 1st and 10 from the 42, and it looks like we're going to get a personal foul here, I believe, on W&J. And that is not what they needed at the moment. Let's see what the call is here as the officials discuss. And it is. And it will be an automatic first down for the Spartans, who will, on top of a 2-yard gain, the ball will move up to, I believe, the 25-yard line. And the Spartans will get the first down, and now really can milk some time off the clock here.
Yep, W&J down to 1 timeout. Spartans most likely going to be run heavy here on the offense, and this is that 4-minute offense. You want to be able to kill the game, kill the clock, just take any uncertainty out of it.
So Saxton from the shotgun here. I'm going to put the icing on a big win for the Spartans. Under 10 seconds on the play clock. And I believe the Spartans will call a timeout here. Let's see if they try to get the play off. They will with 2 to go. And the snap is taken by Saxton off to Hall. Hall carries it forward. Might have lost a yard on that one. We'll set up a 2nd and 11 from the 26. Well, you want to move the ball forward, but at this point, if you could just keep that clock moving, you've done your job here.
Ball security, no injuries. That's kind of what the Spartans offense needs to focus on for the rest of these next couple plays.
Saxton from the shotgun. 3:45 to go. 16-point lead for Case Western Reserve. 5 on the play clock. Snap taken by Hall, or I should say snap taken by Saxton. Handoff taken by Hall, who carries it inside the 20 up to the 19-yard line. So that'll bring up 3rd down. 4 to go.
Get a 6 on the play, 3rd down and 4 for your Spartans. Ball on the 19-yard line of the Presidents.
And Saxton's going to go ahead and milk this clock for everything it's worth. Again, W&J only 1 timeout left. Clock is just now under 3 minutes left. First down here, and can effectively put a fork in it.
Saxton with the snap, hands off to Hall, who carries it about 2 or 3 yards forward, and that will bring up fourth down. Let's see if W&J calls the timeout here.
As well as Cole Weston for the Presidents.
They haven't yet. So it'll be 4th down and 2, and it looks like the Presidents will let this one tick down. If you're the Spartans here, they have 2 timeouts left, and in theory, you could take as much time as you want off the clock here, at least another 15 seconds or so, then call the timeout and think about what you want to do.
Yeah, that's exactly what Coach Debs is going to do. Wait for it to go all the way down, get everything you can out of it, call a timeout, and then he may go for it here. And it's a pretty low risk 4th down play. If you get it, game's completely over. If you don't get it, then the game is still essentially over.
So they'll talk about it here. From this point, if you wanted to attempt the field goal, you're probably, I'd say, looking at about a 36-yarder or so. So if that's the route the Spartans would like to go, they certainly could put it on the leg of Robertson Albrecht, who has missed a field goal so far today, just the 2nd miss of his career. The other option, as you said, go for it here, and certainly something you could see.
Yeah, looks like he's, at least for the moment, planning on sending his offense back out. This could be a big pride play for the offensive line. Kind of impose their will one last time on this. You know, what we thought was a stout W&J or defense coming in, and Case Western's really taking it to them.
So we'll be 4th and 2 from the 17, a chance for the Spartans to just about officially put this game on ice. In the backfield, it's Day along with Carney. Glatson at tight end. 2 receivers are Morgan and Robina. Saxton will take the snap from under center. He hands off. No, he'll throw on this one. Comes to the near side. It's Carney who catches it inside the 10 for the first down, and that should just about do it with under 2 minutes left.
Yep, there it is. Leaking the H-back out into the flat. Bootleg. Easy pitch and catch. And, you know, it's not easy for Drew Saxton to – he was on the sidelines. He had his shoulder pads half unbuckled. Helmet was off. His day was done. And gets thrown back in there, and that's a sign of a good player, being able to turn it on and off. And he was able to go back in, execute, and like we talked about, run this 4-minute drive to perfection.
A little bit of trickeration for the Spartans, who have a 1st and goal from their own 5, or I should say from the President's 5. But they may go into victory formation here, and I believe they will. And what a victory this will be. As Saxton will take the knee. The President, it doesn't appear, will call the timeout, and Case Western Reserve will lock up a huge win that will put them well in the driver's seat in the President's Athletic Conference with what will be their 5th win in a row to start the year, and maybe their biggest win since Carnegie Mellon's the victory against Carnegie Mellon and to end the 2017 season.
Oh, what about the first round of the playoffs?
I should say that's true. Let me rephrase that. Biggest regular season win for the Spartans.
Got to keep you honest.
Yeah.
Some people worked real hard for that win.
Fair enough, Andrew. Fair enough. This should do it, I believe. May have to take one more knee. Yeah, they'll take one more.
Yep, they can take that whenever, and then you'll see the victory start. So, yeah, big win. Really impressed. All 3 phases of the game for the Spartans. W&J, I mean, it's a learning moment. You gotta reassess. You just go back to the drawing board and come back next week. But huge win for the Spartans. They earned it. Pretty exciting result for them on homecoming weekend.
And that will do it. So the Spartans with the win today on homecoming Saturday at Case Western Reserve. Final score 35-19 as the clock ticks down the final seconds and the Spartans secure their position atop the conference. A 1-game lead now on both Westminster and Carnegie Mellon, but with the tiebreaker as well over Westminster and the Carnegie Mellon game still to come. A huge win today for the Spartans, who make their position for postseason and potentially for the PAC championship even stronger with the victory today.